You're gonna like what I'm gonna do next. In this video, I'm bringing back a classic design that I once did years and years ago because, well, I should never have left it. It really showed who I was, showcased a lot of neat, cool little things, and with some advancements in OBS plugins and filters, this is even cooler now. So sit back, relax. If you see something that you like in this video, leave a comment. Let me know what it is, and I'll be happy to do a more thorough tutorial for you. Let's dive in. So what we've got here, what is pretty cool about this whole thing, and Dr. Fu, you can appreciate this, is that I'm OBSing within an OBS without the mirrored image of OBS going through and through and through. The way that I actually did this is it's 2 instances of OBS running, which is pretty good. Meow. I'm gonna leave both cameras on just because that's kind of how we're doing this right now. So the way that I have this laid out is the first thing that you gotta do, you create a scene called DJ Booth Add Stuff Here. This scene, on the overall scene itself, what I've done is I've applied a filter. This is a user-defined shader. Intriguing, you like that, don't you? I know you like that. You like that? You like that? So what we're doing here right now is we're actually using something called the Alpha Gaming Bent Shader Cam. When you don't have this enabled, when I disable it and enable it, hide it, you'll see that everything goes flat. But when I enable it, it does this cool little bent with shadows and stuff. So anything that I put in here will have the bent shader applied to it. So it's a really, really simple thing. I call this one very simply, you're gonna see I can even zoom in over here. I call this DJ Booth Add Stuff Here. This is where you're gonna add stuff to the booth, but when you wanna compile it with a camera behind it, you go to Booth Compiled. Now on Booth Compiled, it's just 2 simple sources. My camera with FX, so any effects that I add into my camera, whether it's an eggplant floating up and down or it's the bright lights, anything that happens to an effectual camera is gonna happen with this scene that I've created. So anything that I do that adds an effect goes into there, and then the DJ Booth adds stuff here. So this is the booth that we just created. But you'll notice that it's not bent here. This is a very smart nesting of scenes. So then you're gonna take this scene and you're gonna nest it into your primary overlay. Okay. So this primary overlay now consists of a couple of things. It consists of a background. You're gonna see right here. It's got a background. It's got a main display, and it's got the booth. And this is just an extra main display. I'm toiling with having a drop down of behind me of the main scene. I don't know where I want to put it yet. Slightly. So let's start with this floor, this cool little curve or dimensional floor that we've got going on, which is kind of neat. So what I've done with this is I've created something called the Dance Floor Master. All this is a simple looped video from a virtual DJ shader that I recorded once upon a time. And then I applied a overlay color source on it. Color sources you can do so much with. So with the color source overlay, any overlay, all you're gonna do is take a color source. In this instance, I took a black color source filters. I added a color correction to it, and then you can then just toy with how dark or light you want the actual opacity of that right there. So then that is the master of this, and then I take it a 3D dance floor, which in this scene filters. I add 4 of the sources. They're all the same scene. So the scene is the master scene right here, the dance floor master, and I make 4 of them just to make them a little bit bigger, I guess, or smaller really. And then I apply a filter called the 3D effect. And on the 3D effect, I'm going to change the field of view. So here I can go in and out. You can kind of do, you can do motions and stuff like that. Control Z. And then all I'm doing is changing the X rotation. So the X kind of flips it however you want to flip it, which is pretty rad. And we'll leave it there. So we're piling things on top of things. It's things on tops of things on tops of things is how this all works. So now we're going to create a background scene. So in the background scene, I get right here, we're going to see I get my dance floor. All the women and girls on the dance floor, to the dance floor, to the dance floor, all the boys and girls to the dance floor. Now stop. So then that goes on the bottom. Then next in, I'm going to add my background image. I've always loved this image. I found it on Pexels years ago. I love the colors. I love the look. I think it's hot. You know, it's just good. So I put one down here. And then I copied and pasted it. And to make it go the other direction, I right-clicked on it, and I did transform. And then I did flip horizontal. So when you flip it horizontal, it basically just, you know, now you have a symmetrical tie them both together, both sides. And of course, I added an overlay. Otherwise, it's just too bright. It's just too bright without the overlay. So I do that. So I bring the background in first. The background is now at the bottom. You can see this right here. It's all layered. The background scene's at the bottom. We've got a main display off to the side, and I've got the DJ booth compiled. So that is the start of what we're doing. I hope you guys are all taking notes and staying on top of this. So what I like to accomplish, at least during this time right now, is two things. One, I would like to add onto my background, I would like to add something in the background that kind of goes with the music and something that goes with my voice. So let's go and get my voice done first. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a scene. The scene is going to be called, voice waveform. We'll just do that. We'll call it voice waveform. Now, inside this voice waveform, I'm going to add right here, a waveform visualizer. Hold on, maybe you didn't see that. You click the plus button down in sources, and in sources, we're going to select waveform visualizer. It's a plugin that you got to download, but it's free, so do it. Okay, waveform visualizer, and this one is going to be called mic, aka voice. Now, the audio source for this one, we're gonna have to actually bring it into here first. We don't have it brought in because the way that my audio is currently routed, I have voice coming. All my sounds are coming in on one line, and we're gonna have to change that. All right, that's gonna have to change. So do I do that first? So we're gonna create a new scene, and it's gonna be called sounds. So sounds is the scene. So inside of sounds now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this so that all of my sounds here are gonna be individual. So here you're going to click the plus button over on sources. So we need to add a input voice audio input capture, and we're going to call this the mic wavelength microphone. Yep, there it is. Okay, and so we got the audio input capture is the mic. So in sounds we have audio input capture. So now I'm going to go to my voice waveform. In my voice waveform, I go to properties, and inside of properties, we're going to select, what did we call it? We called it audio input mic. Oh, there it is. Audio input capture mic. Okay. So now, as you can see, we are capturing the microphone. This is the microphone capturing, and you could pick all sorts of things that you want to do here. I would like the video width to be 960. I'm sure you want it. 225 is pretty good. Now let's do it with mirror. All right, mirroring might work. Let's go make this 1920. Now it's the full width of the screen, right? There we are. We're talking full width of the screen. We're gonna make stereo, mono, keep it mono. And I want it to be like bars, is what I want. Smooth. I don't like this. Okay, I like the step bars. Yes, now that looks very DJE, right? Very DJE. And I do like the design. I guess we're not really capturing. It's not going far enough out. Video width. So I need to make our bar width. Let's try our bar width 30. So we make 30 now. We're a little bit further out. Yes, it is very DJE. Right? So we made that 30. Let's try 30. Let's try 36. 36 makes it a little bit wider. Smaller bars. Like 40, 45, 45. No, about 50. I mean, like 5. Oh. That's the ticket. Look at that. That's pretty neat. So I think we have to do step bar width, bar gap, bar gap 8. So we're spread out a little more. Little bitty. So I made it 50. Right? That's too much. 5, 8. 8 is good. 8 looks pretty fly. You can then affect the. So we got here. You can affect inside here, inside these settings. You can do FFT size with this. So right now, always remember we started at 4096. So I'm going to change this. If I were to make this higher, how does that? Pretty good. There's also the inertia. The inertia kind of like also called gravity. How fast it falls. So if I make it high, nothing. Right there. Kind of drop really quickly. Go right there. Pretty good. Fast speed. How about that? Really fast speed. It's funny how much it's falling. Just so you can see it. It's pretty funny. Look at all that. We're blinded. Spinning bags in the house. Hello. You gotta turn this side up. My eye shield here is fine. You guys can hear it. There we go. All right. We're working on this floor. So the high cutoff. What's the high cutoff? How high do I want? Right there. I don't know. Let's see. Ceiling's all the way up 0 dBs. 0 dBs. Let's go down. Slope ceiling. All good. Render mode solid. Or you could do a gradient or a pulsating color. So let's take the old DJ with brand colors here. We're gonna do that and then blue. And now you got a super freaking awesome. Oh, wow, he's Zowie. Wow, I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Oh, hey, yeah, I'm all shook up. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, sounds okay. So now that we have this right here, this is called the voice waveform. We're gonna go back in to the background scene right here, and I'm going to add a scene, and it's gonna be called the voice waveform, which is down here. And as I'm talking, you can see that it's kind of up top, kind of not really showing up too well right there. Bring it on down. Bring it. So now in the background is the voice. It is the voice, and I can go just a little bit out that way, and I could go a little bit out that way, And all you got to do here is right click, and we're going to go transform, and we're going to say center horizontally. So now it's all centered. So when we go back to the main scene now, it needs to be brought up a little bit higher. Hold on. A little bit higher. I like to zoom in when I'm looking here too. You just use the space bar and the mouse. Oh, 1 bit. So now what you've got is this right here in the background. So as I'm talking, we now have a visual that kind of brings the scene to life. So as I'm just discussing or chatting or getting animated or whatever it is that you want to see right here, we've got an extra little pump, right? Pump, and it all goes with everything. It's pretty cool. So then we can also add other ones, which you're gonna like what I'm gonna do next. All right. So next step, we're gonna go to sounds. So inside of sounds, we're gonna add a new sound, which is gonna be an audio output capture, and this one is gonna be VDJ music. So from here, we're gonna select inside of this setting right here, we're gonna select the wave link music, which is what I have configured. So we're bringing in music. Music's good. So now the sound has been added. You'll notice over here now, I have this and I have this. Oh, you know what? I should change these names, rename. This one should be called just music. All right. I'm saying that because you see right here, see how this shows up now with the name? It's much better. It's whatever you guys want it to be. Quite frankly, it's whatever you guys want it to be. I'm indifferent. 01 Mike. There we go. I'll put 01 there. That way it's always going to show up there in the 01 slot. All right. So now we have Mike and music. Oh! Now, just you wait. Just you wait, boys. Just you wait. So this is the voice. I said, just you wait. I said, just. It's funny that this had nothing to do with what I was trying to do here. If we want to go find someone to raid right now, so I'm just going to look up OBS, see if anybody's doing any OBS stuff. Just chatting, 13 viewers. Mean Mug. What's Mean Mug doing? Let's go see what Mean Mug is doing. I want to make sure I'm putting you in a good spot here.
I need to position myself.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. He's doing what I'm doing. All right. Doing what I'm doing. So if you guys want to join me in this raid here, raid Mean Mug.
I don't want to be up here.
All right. The raid has been created. 5 viewers are ready to raid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lefebvre raid.